What is up, y'all? Welcome to episode 9 of the Restored Geeks Podcast. My name is Tristan.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Joseph.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it. Our main topic today is going to be a review and analysis from a biblical perspective on the new Fantastic Four, The First Steps. So stay tuned for that. Before we get into that, let's start off with gaming. What have y'all been playing?
Destiny.
Yes.
Vex must have been playing Grounded too, but I'm leaving that for a different video on the Dorathian channel.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been playing Destiny 2, I've been playing Grounded 2, and I've been playing my One Piece World Seeker.
Nice. Awesome. Me, I've been playing Clair Obscure. I got past a boss that I totally didn't have somebody else help me with, so yeah. I know I need to RPG better is what I need to do. I gotta learn how. Well, okay, so last night on Clair Obscure, I got to a enemy that kept running away from me. And then when I got to fight it, it keeps building up its armor, and then it just runs away. So I'm guessing it's one of those enemies you have to...
Oh, and then you screwed yourself. Those are like loot goblins. You have to kill it within the time, and if it runs away, it's gone.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. That's really cool. I like when RPGs have stuff like that in it.
Yeah.
Clair Obscure is great. I highly recommend it, and I will beat it sometime this year. I promise. So yeah. I guess we'll get into the gaming news then.
So we had a controversy this week, not this week, it's over the past couple of weeks, that Steam has started censoring and removing games at the whim of the credit and debit card companies, which are actually turned out to be being basically lobbied by this Australian feminist group.
Yeah.
That is wanting these games banned for this or that reason.
Right.
Originally, it started with porn games, which, good, get them off the platform.
Yeah, we hear not for porn games.
But it's bled over into, like, an indie game, I forgot what it was called, was banned because it had the mention of the R word.
Yeah, yep.
In it.
That's the slippery slope. Like, I'm not for porn, and I'm not for porn games. I'd be fine if they all got banned. However, that's where it needs to stop. Like, we need to not go further than that and start banning, like, games that just have mature content in it.
Yeah.
But are not actually porn. That's the slippery slope here. So, yeah. Hopefully all that gets sorted out.
Hopefully. And Steam should just ignore them.
Mm-hmm.
Because, to be honest, I'm pretty sure it's illegal for a card company to be like, yeah, you can't use the money you earned.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Or give the money back.
Yeah.
They don't even give them the money back?
The money is in your bank. Your bank is useless without your card.
True. Yeah, true. Yeah, duh. I was keeping you on your toes there. So.
It's not like MasterCard took your money out of your bank and are keeping it.
Yes.
So over in the EU, something horrible has been happening recently where they passed a law forcing age verification, forcing you to put IDs and all that to access anything on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, it's starting to bleed out to other countries and stuff. Breaking news happened yesterday. The United Nations said that we need to start censoring the entire internet and forcing age verification for everyone.
Yeah.
This includes trying to get rid of anime. Again.
Yes. Of course.
So, yeah, that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that bleeding over is YouTube is now conforming by creating an AI, since they know they can't force you to put your age verification on there. They're creating an AI that's going to discern your age just based on what you watch and stuff. And as far as we've seen, it's scarily accurate.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's going to stop allowing you to watch videos outside of your age group.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, like, if a 13-year-old wants to watch Markiplier, all of a sudden he can't find Markiplier. Even when he searches Markiplier, he won't be able to find him at all.
Mm-hmm. Stuff
like that.
Yeah. And they're putting it under the banner. Of protecting the kids, which again, it's another slippery slope. The slippery slope for it is that it can turn into, like, us losing our privacy completely.
Well,
and all of our data, all of our private data is
Well, history
under the government.
history shows most oppressive laws always start under the guise of for the kids.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we have to be very careful with it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm for actually protecting the kids, but
Because when you vote against it, they're just going to be like, so you don't care about the kids.
it's like, no, I do. I just don't want, I'm protecting them from you.
Yeah. On a different note, Bungie keeps taking L's with Marathon. Just cancel it.
Yeah.
Cancel it completely. I don't know why you're trying this.
Yeah, exactly.
They had a company within the game.
Yeah.
It's a fictional company called Traxxus, Traxus.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to patent that at the patent office, and a company out, I think they were out of Texas, I'm not sure, but another company named Traxxus actually exists and have already patented themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So Bungie has basically got sued for that. Apparently there was a settlement already, which probably involves Bungie having to redo 90% of the assets in the game because of having to remove that, because I highly doubt that they managed to beat out a company that's already got the patent.
Yeah.
Because if they could, then that's complete evil, and go screw yourselves because you don't own anything. A bigger corporation could just be like, hey, you all are named Durathian, well, we want to be named Durathian, so we're going to give them more money to just go ahead and give you the boot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I don't care about Marathon.
No, cancel
it. So, yeah.
And then lastly, for me, EA has said they want 100 million concurrent players.
Bruh.
Okay. What?
I want to point out that
I want
to point out that the biggest game on Steam concurrently is Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And its peak was 1.2 million.
Exactly.
Or so.
It's ridiculous. You know how many there are like millions of gamers out there. However, they're all on different stuff.
Well, they're wanting 1/5 of the entire population of America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
But this is not the first time they've done this. They put a ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous number on Dead Space 3 and killed the franchise because of it.
Yeah.
So this could be the death of Battlefield.
I hope not, because I'm really wanting a good Battlefield. Yeah, because 2042, it was promising, but it didn't do good. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
2042 was promising.
Well, I'm talking about when it was coming out. It was promising, but it...
He's talking about the trailers, because there ain't no way you're saying the beta was promising.
No.
Yeah, because you
As far as I've heard, because there is a closed beta that came out, it is decent, and I'll probably pre-order it to get the open beta so we could try it out.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
We'll probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, is Friday, I think, is the open beta.
Nice. Oh, yeah. You said August, right? Yeah, it is August.
Yeah, August 7th is the open beta.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, we can try that out, definitely. But you have to pre-order it to do that?
That, or you had to have watched a streamer, but the window for that is closed, and the next window for it is August 9th for the second one, so I don't really feel like doing that, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to watch a streamer for a, ludicrous amount of time. It was 4 straight hours.
That's the R word right there, yeah. But next up, so Dying Light The Beast, which is supposed to come out August 22nd this month, has been delayed to September 19th.
Go.
So,
Yep.
Hey, yo. But yeah, it's, hopefully they...
Well, I'm not playing that game then because Borderlands is going to eclipse it, so...
That comes out September, doesn't it?
Yep. September 12th.
It definitely will eclipse it. Next up, the Nintendo Switch 2 is now the fastest selling console in the U.S. So
It's the fastest selling console in the world.
Yeah. It's...
Ever.
Yeah. So good job on the protest that everybody was going to say.
No, yeah, everyone said let's protest, and then proceeded to buy 2 or 3 of them.
Yep.
Well, you didn't.
I never said I was going to protest, though.
Yeah, you just hated it. You never
I
said
just hated the price, but I wanted one anyway.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I guess we'll do TV shows next because our main topic is a movie, so we'll save that for last. So, what TV shows have y'all been watching? I'll start off with mine. Breaking Bad. Been watching it on my Blu-ray disc box set that I've got. Right up to the episode where Walt gets all the people in the prison killed. So, yeah. And then, spoiler warning, Hank finds out at the end of that episode. Fun fact, did you know that when that came out, that the final season was split in two? That was like the last of the first half of the final season. People had to wait a whole year after that to see the continuation, the rest of season 5.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we didn't watch it as it released because we were kind of too young a bit.
We were 12. Well, I was 12.
Yeah. I don't know if I've been able to wait for that. That's crazy. But yeah, fantastic. So, highly recommend it. Other than that, well, watch the first episode of
There it is.
Dawn to Dawn, and boy, that is that's.
Remember that he said that he wanted to watch this a while ago. By the way,
Yeah. Well, I didn't know it was like that. Okay, I didn't know it was that. It's kind of. I mean, it sets itself up as like an absurd comedy. I don't know if it's like that throughout the rest of it. I'll try to watch it and give my thoughts on it. If it proves to be too much, then maybe. So, then maybe not. So, yeah.
Yeah, that anime is...
It's something else. I don't know what drugs they were smoking making that, but yeah.
There's a lot of animes.
True, very true.
But I haven't watched anything except for the first episode done with you all.
yeah, I haven't watched anything either.
Nice.
I've been busy.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
I
yeah.
plan to binge through Demon Slayer season 1 through 4 just to be able to watch Infinity Castle when it comes out. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
That.
I need to do the same.
So I guess we'll get into TV show news then. The only one I've got is that there is a Wolfenstein show being developed at Amazon MGM.
Oh, that show's getting canceled if they go off of Wolfenstein.
Please go completely off Wolfenstein.
If they really go off of Wolfenstein, yeah, that either A, that's not going to be shown ever, or it's going to get canceled.
Yeah.
Because if they go off of Wolfenstein, it's getting canceled.
Yes, just like I want Henry Cavill to go completely into the
Because there's
Warhammer
literally a
with
character.
his show.
Yep.
Yeah, if they go all out on that, it's gonna.
I get the feeling they're gonna make it completely wrong, and they're gonna make the main character a little wuss because he's too much of a toxic male.
Maybe, but I mean, if they do go all out with it, I don't think it will get canceled because I think it'll have enough fan base that they won't allow it to. They could just do it and then let everybody who whines and cries to scream into the void on it. So,
And then we say the people who made it are based if they do that.
It's made by Amazon MGM.
yeah, that's what I said. It's being made by Amazon MGM Studios. So yeah,
Created by the same people who made the Fallout show.
oh boy, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh boy.
It'll probably be entertaining but ridiculous. So
Probably.
because the Fallout show, like, there's some people that think that it's the Fallout show isn't consistent. It's a mess, but it's entertaining to watch on the surface. So yeah. Anyway, well, I guess we'll get to movies then. Which
So,
what?
I'll start.
Okay, yeah, you start with movies.
Movies. So besides the one that we're going to talk about in a minute, we watched 2.
Yep.
We watched Happy Gilmore 2.
Mhm.
Let's talk. What are y'all's thoughts on it? I thought it was all right. It was weird, but all right.
It's stupid, but it's all right. It's fun to watch.
It's meant to be stupid.
It's called how many objects can you make into a wine bottle or to a
Yes.
beer bottle?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's what I mean. Is that Adam Sandler? He's made a name. He's made a reputation that his movies are not meant to be taken seriously.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're meant for you to just kind of go with how dumb they are.
Yeah. Then last night we watched a movie which was Made in Abyss, Dawn of, what was it? We're professionals. Dawn of the Deep. Made in Abyss, Dawn of the Deep. I'm going to give
Yeah.
is good. I
It's
will say is good, but I'm going to give a strong warning.
Yeah. It's
Be very warned if you go into this show. It is not for the faint of heart.
yes.
Now, when it comes to this movie, I think this movie was I thought it was good. It was consistent.
yeah. It's
I want to fight the writers
yeah.
because the main villain made me feel things I've felt rage that I've not felt before.
Well, it's really dark, but
Yeah, without spoiling, it's really, really, really dark and tends to involve children.
yes, yeah.
Yep.
So,
But anyway, yes, that movie was good, and the fight scene was very smooth, and I thought it was great.
Oh, yeah.
But again, hard warning
Yeah.
if you go to watch it.
I can't wait to play the game now.
well, there's a game to it.
Yeah.
Really? What
I bet
kind of game is it?
it's
This is the first season.
it's pretty much just the first season and the movie together for story, and you can also play it to where you make your own character and do all of that.
Well, I mean, like, is it like adventure?
Yeah,
Okay. Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah. You go through all the floor. You go through all the floors, just collecting artifacts and everything like that, and defeating enemies.
Cool. I didn't know there was a game to it. Yeah, I mean, from what I haven't seen the whole like first season, but from what I've seen of it, I didn't even see the whole of that movie. But from what I've seen of it, it's really good. Seems to be very, very good. Just really dark, yeah. So
Yeah.
So for movie news, I got Avatar 3, Fire and Ash, I think is what it's called. Is coming out. It's coming out. I think it said December 5th this year. So yeah, the third Avatar movie.
We saw the trailer today.
Yeah, we did.
And to be honest, what I saw in that trailer is Control-C, Control-V.
Copy and paste.
Yeah, it's the same movie again.
Yeah. I mean, the second movie was the same movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Man,
It's the same movie, just a different location each time.
my poor Finance at Freddy's.
Remind me, did they kill Courage at the end of it?
It's probably considered more highly, or like, more R-rated than what was being shown there. They're not going to show a possible TV.
No, I'm saying if it comes out on December 5th, also Finance at Freddy's comes out on December 5th.
No one cares about Five Nights at Freddy's.
I was making that joke.
But yeah, remind me, did they kill Courage at the end of 2?
Who's Courage?
The main villain. They get the.
No, he's still alive.
Okay, so that
You talking about
so they can.
You're talking about the general dude who got turned into.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's still alive. Remember, he just kind of leaves.
So they can like bring him back in this one, I guess. Or they can make him a. Wait, didn't he become a good guy? Like, didn't he?
No, he
soften
just
up. Or
he just decided to leave
okay, I'll have to go watch.
because
again.
he beat him. But if you remember, he'd refused to kill him, so he just left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. True. I have to watch 2 again before I watch 3. So I just remember 2 being a movie of all time. Because contrary to popular opinion, I actually quite enjoy the first one.
Yeah.
I think it's really good. I think it gets way too much hate. Like, yes, it's story beats are not groundbreaking, but it's really good. I'd like a great movie to watch. So, but anyway, I guess we'll get into our main topic, which is going to be the movie we just got back from watching, which is the new Fantastic Four, The First Steps. Do a review and analysis from so we're going to do a review, then we're going to do an analysis from a biblical perspective on it. Just kind of...
We're not really reviewing it. We're discussing it because we're not going to give you a score rating or anything like that.
Yeah, no, that's not what we do here because we don't... Score ratings, they're kind of arbitrary.
They are.
I give it a 4 for Fantastic Four.
True, it's a 4 out. Yeah, it's a 4 for Fantastic Four. So yeah. But
It's a 4 out of Pedro Pascal.
yes, our boy Pedro Pascal was in it. So to start off with, I think it's good. I think it's solid. I don't know if it's because beforehand there were 2 other ones. There's one that came out all the way back in like 2004, 2005. I've seen it, but I don't remember much of it, so I can't say if it's better than that one.
They're all reboots. Like,
Yeah.
the second one was also a reboot, so...
Yeah, then you had one that came out in like 2014, 2015. That one was terrible. That one...
that's the one with the meme.
that's the one with the meme, and that's the one that had Galactus show up in a cloud.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, you cowards.
He shows up for 2 seconds at the end of the...
Yeah. So this one is definitely better than that one. It's pretty solid and consistent all the way through it.
I consider it a good superhero movie. My superhero movie fatigue, though, it didn't do anything to break that.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that.
Yeah, superhero fatigue, yeah. Which I've been having.
I think it would have broke it if this movie had teeth and had Galactus actually destroy the planet or something.
Yeah.
And that's why they end up in the other universe, because they have to jump universes because theirs just got destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something like that, but we'll get into that.
But yeah, because I've definitely had that, because I did not watch Thunderbolts earlier this year. I don't care for it. I didn't watch Superman either. I don't really care for it either. But this one, we wanted to watch it because it had Galactus in it. And this is like the first time Galactus is on like a big screen.
Yeah.
So we went and saw it in IMAX. So, in short, I would say that it is worth going to see if you want to see Galactus. I heard from a lot of people that he was like sad boy Galactus. Not really.
No.
I mean, he's kind of like this.
They gave him a goal.
Yeah.
Which was the goal. The goal's a little arbitrary. He wanted to transfer himself to the kids so that he could just rest, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I think he means die.
Yeah.
But I didn't really see him as super like sad boy emo Galactus like people are making him out to be.
Yeah, exactly. So, but he's definitely a spectacle on the screen, and like entertaining to watch during this, especially if you go to see it in IMAX.
Yeah.
The CGI is pretty good. But talking about the story, so I think the first half of the movie is actually really solid. I really like the more intimate parts that they had with, the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
As they were talking, spoiler warning, by the way. Forgot to say that, because we're going to get right into it. Yeah, what's her name? Sue she's pregnant.
Yep.
With Richard Reed's daughter. Son, a child, that's what I meant.
Creator.
Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, I like the intimate parts that they have with each of these characters, how the Fantastic Four are essentially a family. Johnny, the Human Torch, is Sue's brother. And I forgot who the Thing is to them. Who was he?
He's Reed Richards' friend.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was his friend. Now,
best friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah. The interesting thing they did here is they did not do an origin story, because usually they do origin stories with this stuff.
Yeah.
They kind of they expositioned it by explaining the origin of how they go up into space. They come across these, like, cosmic, rays?
Yeah, some cosmic storm.
Yeah,
which I'm about 90% sure was Galactus, but anyway.
Yeah. Cosmic storm that gives them their powers, that was shown in the other Fantastic Four movies.
Yes.
So they didn't really need to retread old ground with this one. So I actually don't mind them expositioning that at the beginning. The first 20 minutes is them showing it setting all of them up.
Yeah.
And then you have the Silver Surfer who shows up, who is a woman, and I'm pretty sure in the comics she's a man, but she's been. However, I'm not going to get into that. Some people may see that as I
don't know enough about the Silver Surfer to care.
Yeah, so I'm not going to get into that. But she shows up and she warns them that their planet has been marked for death, that Galactus is coming to consume them.
Yeah.
And so they make the decision that they're going to go into space, hyperdrive to him. So, they hyperdrive to a planet, and it turns out that he's eating the planet, and he's completely devouring it. And so they get sucked up into his spaceship, because he's in a spaceship, which I have no idea if he's in a spaceship in the comics. We're not
comic book experts.
Yeah, we're not experts in that. And they go up to him, and his introduction is actually really good, because he's in a very dark room, and you just see his eyes light up. I thought that was really good. And he then explains to them that the child that they have has infinite powers beyond
He calls it the power cosmic.
Yeah.
And he's wanting him to, he wants him because he'll be able to take away Galactus's, like, immortality, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And he wants the baby.
Yeah.
And he says that the baby is his salvation to get to, break him from this curse of hunger, because he's apparently, like, cursed that they constantly go around eating planets. So he gives him an ultimatum that he will not, eat Earth if they give him the baby. Give them the baby. Well, they deny it, and so they then try to run off. Well, Human Torch tries to fight him, and I forgot exactly how that sequence went. Like, they try to run off. The Human Torch goes after Galactus. He, like, breaks the...
he just tries to...
Breaks the feeding tubes.
breaks the feeding.
He just tries to take his attention away so they can escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Silver Surfer goes after them.
Yep, and then they end up at the star thing.
Yeah. Now, you had some criticisms about the star.
My criticism is that they use this big thing that they dock into to move at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Or faster than the speed of light is what they say, which is not possible, by the way.
Yeah.
And it gets them there really quick. But when they get to the star, it ends up destroying the warp drive thing because it was to trick the Silver Surfer to getting sucked into the star.
Yeah.
My issue with what happens after that is they then proceed to slingshot around the star and then head back to Earth at normal pace. The problem with that is it would have taken a very long time, even at 0.88, the speed of light.
Yeah.
A very long time to get back to Earth, and there is no clear indication that there was actually time passed to get back there. And then after that, it takes Galactus months, if not over a year, to get there.
Yeah.
In his big ship.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so that they drive right up to the black hole, and then to get to bait the Silver Surfer.
Yep.
To, like, get sucked into it, then they fly off, and they're somehow able to hyperdrive out of there, even being, like, right next to it.
Yeah.
And they also said she would get stuck in there for a month, and it would take her a month to get out.
It took her 2 seconds.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like you just said, there's no time frame thing. Like, it just shows her just going back to the ship afterwards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they go back home, and they go back to Earth. And we forgot to say, too, this Earth is called Earth A2A, so this is probably a multiverse, an alternate universe version of Earth.
Yeah.
That doesn't have the Avengers on it that we know from the regular MCU. So, they go back to Earth, and everybody's like, hey, you beat Galactus, didn't you? And they're like, no, not really. We kind of negotiated with him. And so they explained that he wanted their baby. Yeah. And, I forgot to say, because this is another criticism, and tell me if you, like, agree with this. Because I forgot it. Sue has the baby while they're in hyperdrive going out back to Earth.
Yep.
I know that they're called the Fantastic Four, and so they need the movie wanted them to be together. But why did she go with them while she's pregnant?
Oh, no, that was stupid, yeah. I agree. I didn't say anything, but I was thinking, why would my pregnant wife go out into space?
Yeah, I would not have done that, and I don't think...
It's because the plot needed him to be there, the baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if the baby wasn't there, Galactus would have just killed all 3 of them.
Yeah. So, yeah, she has the baby on the ship while they're going back to Earth. So they go back to Earth, and they explain that he wanted the baby, and he would save Earth. But they said no. They neglected it. And so that of course creates, and I actually think they did this quite well, that they actually had people react where they were like, wait, what about us?
Yeah,
like, so
exactly.
You're going to sacrifice us to save your kid? And so it creates all this controversy. You start seeing, this montage of people talking on news stuff where saying, a lot of people were saying that Fantastic Four needs to give the baby over. It's one child versus, billions of people on the planet. And there's, protests going on outside of the Fantastic Four, helm, the tower that they're in.
Yeah.
And so the Fantastic Four they start trying to figure out what they're going to do with the situation that they're in with Galactus and all that. And Reed Richards, he brings up, teleporting Earth, but he doesn't really, they don't really say anything about it. They kind of brush it off.
Yeah.
When he was talking at that board. And then he tells Sue that he ran like the mathematics in his head, and that everybody wanting to give the baby over to Galactus makes sense. And this pisses Sue off.
Yeah.
What made her actually walk outside? Like that made her walk outside?
Because she starts arguing with him, and then he's like, so sometimes I just think mathematically, and she's like, well, you hurt me, and then she just walks out.
Yeah, so she walks out with the baby, and yeah, you had criticisms with it.
Because what happens here is she walks out into a crowd that's 100% willing to kill her for that baby.
Yeah, it's kind of...
And they do nothing, and then she walks out and gives a very stupid speech that literally has her say a nothing line, which was, I will not give up my baby for the Earth, but I will not give the Earth up for my baby.
Yeah.
Those are two contradictory lines.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That makes no sense. And then for some reason, this entire crowd that is willing to myrtleize her for this baby just all go, oh yeah, she's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all we'll get into it, yeah.
And then it's after she says that's when
she says
Mr. Fantastic says, you figured it out, we're going to move the Earth.
Yeah, so Pedro Pascal hears that and decides too that he's going to, because he was shown he has a teleportation device that moves an egg to one location to a different location. So he decides that he's going to make a gigantic one to move the entire Earth. After he hears Sue say that she'll move heaven and earth. Yeah, for them. And this entire sequence this is where the movie gets like pretty silly. What they do is they decide to put huge like teleportation devices on every major place on the map, on the Earth. And they're going to teleport Earth to a different location. And we're supposed to, they don't really explain it well, but we're supposed to just kind of take it that he found a galaxy that's apparently 2% different, only 2% different than ours, than theirs, to where Earth can, survive over there. But they also find out that they need enough power for the entire globe to turn shut all their power off.
And then everyone just agrees with that.
And everybody agrees with it. Hospitals.
Hobo Joe, Uncle, what's his name, would just be sitting in his house with all of his lights on, doing whatever. And then they'd come and tell him he'd have to turn it off. And he's like, I've survived worse. You'd have people be like, excuse me, teleport the Earth? Yeah.
What?
Well, I have another grab that you didn't even bring up.
Yeah.
The egg, when he shows the egg being teleported, what did he have with the egg? There was a receiving pad.
Yeah. True. They didn't even show... Where did they put...
There's no receiving pad for
that's true,
the Earth, meaning that just breaks.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they even describe it, but I'm pretty sure it's shown that he was able to actually this time be able to type coordinates to where he wants to go.
But
they never talked.
With the receiving pad, I thought this idiot over here was about to say, well, maybe it's just a pad that he sent it to. No, the pad also starts to glow.
Yeah.
And do stuff to actually receive the egg.
Yeah, exactly.
So...
Because with that little device where the one pad is, he will type, he'll be like, I'm sending us these coordinates.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he just types it in and then he can just send you there.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Wow. That's true. So them getting the entire Earth to just fall into this is, it's just ridiculous. I know some
multiverse.
Yeah, true.
It's a multiverse Earth where everybody is like robots that when the Fantastic Four say something, they just immediate programming says, do what they say.
Yes. Even
oh yeah, we had a cameo from the Underminer in this movie.
Yeah. The Mole Man.
Yeah.
Is that an actual thing in the comics?
I have no idea.
I have no. I guess it
Probably.
is. They said
What
it like
they're
it was,
doing is they're making the Incredibles canon to.
oh yeah.
I'm just gonna say the Incredibles is basically just a Fantastic Four just with Dash. Just
Well, that's what people are saying. They're the better Fantastic.
Well, yeah. The first Incredibles is like far better than
Yeah.
all three of these Fantastic Four movies. But yeah. So yeah, some people may be like, well, come on, it's a superhero movie. You gotta just roll with it. And it's like, look,
I'll give you something that people are going to say that too, but here in a minute.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They didn't have to write that, but they did.
Yeah.
And when you go to write something like that, especially when you want your movie to be taken seriously, like if this was an Adam Sandler movie, if this was Happy Gilmore 2, I'd have been like, yeah, checks out. Because it's Happy Gilmore 2. But this, we're supposed to be taking it at least somewhat seriously. So, like, you got to have some kind of believability.
Well, they do a good job at portraying Galactus not as a villain, but rather a force
Yeah.
that will bring the end.
Yes.
They do a really good job at making it feel like the end of the Earth,
Yeah.
too. I'll give them that.
Yes. They do a good job at that. They just didn't have to make it teleport the Earth.
Yeah.
Could have had something else. So they try to do that, and then the Silver Surfer shows up and starts breaking all the devices.
Yeah.
So all of that's out the window. But Johnny, who has been listening to
Recordings.
recordings that the Silver Surfer has been,
No.
It's like
wasn't
it's like different planets.
oh, it was different.
It's planets that were sending signals, and
Okay.
signals travel forever in space. They
Yeah.
intersect.
Okay, and it was from her people.
Yeah, one of them was.
Yeah.
The other ones were from dying planets, screaming out for help.
Right. And so from that, he learned their language.
Yeah.
The people that the Silver Surfer's from's language. And so he ends up broadcasting all of that to her as she's in, I'm guessing New York?
I think it was Times Square.
Yeah, Times Square. That's what it looked like. And so he essentially, like, this is where we get the Silver Surfer's backstory. He brings up to her that she was once, a human on a different planet who gave herself up to Galactus to save the planet
Yeah.
that she was at. But she had helped him eat and devour other planets. And so this, like, really gets to her. Then Galactus eventually shows up, and the Fantastic Four get the plan to use the baby as bait to bait Galactus into their last remaining teleporter thing, which also did not have a pad to it. So where they teleported Galactus to, we have no idea. I guess
He said Reed said that he's sending coordinates to the very edge of the universe.
Okay, true. So if he said that, then yeah.
So he did have a ship, but Galactus himself would jump down and eat planets.
Yeah.
His ship looked like an infinity symbol.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Where is that at in the movie, bro?
That's what I was saying. 'Cause I was like, I'm pretty sure he did have a ship, but I know that the ship wasn't eating the planets and feeding it to him. He was sitting there like, oh no.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind that because efficiency.
Yeah.
That's what he's going for there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wish it would have still looked like an infinity.
Yeah.
At least maybe with like a vacuum handle on the front that was vacuuming planets.
No, what was the big old giant bunch of teeth?
It looked like the front end of a sandworm from Dune.
From Dune, yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what it looks like. But yeah, so they come up with that plan, and then, Johnny, I'm going to bring this up because this is going to tie into the biblical analysis. Johnny tells Silver Surfer to have him as the sacrifice
Yeah.
instead of the baby to Galactus, and to save the
And
planet.
she says something very stupid that I think is stupid.
What'd you say?
She said that it's not his place. Here's the thing. Stop being vague and just tell him he didn't have the power to.
Yeah, because Galactus wanted something that was powerful.
Well, he needed something more powerful than him.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why I disagree with this baby being infinitely powerful.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with it. So
Because at this point, they've set it up to where Galactus returns, just throw the kid at him.
yeah. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they set the baby out, and Galactus shows up. He gets off his ship and
Jumps into the ocean.
jumps into
And then for some reason picks up a tree and just
sniffs it.
he just needed to stop to smell the flowers before continuing.
Yeah.
I think you're just smelling it, just like, I'm loving this planet.
Yeah. And so he goes after the baby, and that's when they attack him. They do something that I think was kind of like why. They take him to the Fantastic Four tower with the big 4 on the front of it. Couldn't they like hit him somewhere else?
No.
Okay, you missed a bunch. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's not what happened. What happened is they had the baby there at first.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the town, so Galactus sees him and goes. They did not realize that Galactus has some sort of vision that allows him to see the baby instead of the carriage.
Yeah.
So what they tried to do is they used Human Torch. He burned his eyes, so he closed his eyes for a moment. And then they transferred the baby back to the tower, because really where the baby was didn't matter, because Galactus wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
If he didn't have his vision. He starts walking towards the thing and they're about to send him, but he stops because he realizes there's nothing in that carriage now because he can see through it.
Yeah.
And he turns and he scans the area and finds the baby over at the tower, and that's when he starts NPC walking, and I'm calling it NPC walking.
Yeah.
He had the same walk the entire time. Now, he does have a presence with this walk, because Torch lights him on fire, and he quite literally just smiles and keeps walking.
He froze gasoline, froze a big old trick of gasoline, lights it on fire, and he's just like,
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that he used the scan as soon as he got there.
Yeah.
I forgot that, because I know he used the scan when they took him to the tower.
No, as soon as he stopped sniffing the tree, he scanned the area for the baby.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then he went, because he seems to be scanning for cosmic power, because you could see in his scan that the Fantastic Four popped up on his scan, but very faintly.
Yeah.
But the baby was glowing, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, he ends up going towards the tower, and then the robot thought that a metal blast shield would save him.
What? No, oh yeah, Herbie. Is that his name?
yeah.
Herbie? Yeah, I like Herbie. He's pretty...
He drops the blast shield and starts backing away, and then you get an honest, like, almost jump scare, because his hand just immediately through and grabs the child. But here's what confuses me about him grabbing the child. He goes, time to feed. Is he talking about going back and then eating the planet and then doing whatever he wants with the child later? Or...
I think that's what he was doing, because he was walking with the baby, like, trying to go towards his ship, and then the next person...
Well, if you're wanting to get rid of your hunger, why not just do it right then and there?
Yeah.
With the baby.
Plot.
Yeah.
Well,
if he did that, then the rest of what happens would not happen.
Yeah.
Well, then what the hell is the baby going to feed if it's not on the ship?
Doesn't matter. What are you talking about? He don't need the tubes.
I don't know.
If he was able to transfer himself to the baby, why wouldn't the baby just stand back up as Galactus and then just go get on the ship?
Because spectacle, that's what.
Yeah, that's why.
And that's what we mean by, like, there needs to be a balance of spectacle and good storytelling. So.
But they basically start attacking him, trying to get him away from the baby. Before this happened, before he got to the tower, was when he grabbed Mr. Fantastic and nearly ripped him in half.
Yeah.
And they attacked him. So they're kind of like down for the count at the moment. Mm-hmm. So the only person still standing is Sue Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And she uses her ability at first to no avail, because he's just like...
Yeah, he just
like slaps it away.
Slaps it off, yeah.
But then somehow she manages to muster enough power to just barely get him off his feet.
Yeah.
Causing him to just start sliding.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that tower in direct view of Times Square? Because she pushes him straight and somehow ends up at the thing again.
From the angle, it seemed like it would have been the same way that he came from on his ship. I'm pretty sure. But the thing is like, from the way that
He walked in a straight line the entire time, if I'm not mistaken.
he walked
did
straight,
turn
and then he
once
turned, and then he
once
turned this
he-
way, and then he turned this way.
He turned once he got to the machine and realized that he needed to go back towards the tower.
True, because he turned like, yeah.
I'd have to watch it again and
Yeah,
analyze it to see if that was correct or if there's a continuity error there.
Yeah, we'll have to analyze that again.
But here's what you said. Well, it's a superhero movie. You got to give it grace or something like that.
Yeah.
Here was one that people would actually say that too.
Yeah.
They managed to open the portal. They're opening a portal to the vacuum of space, and nothing is happening around it.
Yeah.
If they actually did that, everything around it would have started being sucked in
Mm-hmm.
to this portal. Instead, Galactus just kind of gets shoved into it and then tries to jump back out of it.
Yeah.
And then the Silver Surfer, or Human Torch was going to sacrifice himself.
Yep.
He's going to throw Galactus in and go with him. But then out of nowhere, Silver Surfer hits him, knocks him out
Right.
for a moment, and then charges at him. And Galactus made a face that I absolutely had to laugh at because the look on his face was just kind of, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He didn't even look mad. He was just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then he gets knocked in and the portal closes.
Yeah.
So they didn't really beat him. That was another thing I had an issue with is basically the Fantastic Four was saying, that's Earth's problem in a million years. We won't be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, how long it's going to take him to get to from the edge of the universe all the way to...
Well, he said that it'll take him a million years to find us, so that's why I used that number. Shit, they didn't really beat him because he didn't really fight back at all.
Yeah.
The most he did was just like flick him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's the thing. He didn't really fight back. And when I say this, I'm not saying it's girl boss thing. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with as Sue goes to use her powers on him, he flicks it off. And then she just kind of, through the power of just being really mad.
Yeah.
Just being really mad at love for the baby. Which in comics, she is supposed to be that strong.
I disagree because he whoops everyone's butt when he first gets here. I'm about 90% sure the first time he fights the Avengers, they lose hard and he destroys the Earth.
Yeah, but no, she does get that strong in the comics. I know she does get that strong, but it's just like right at that moment, probably not.
The way they try to play it off is with her dying from it.
Yeah. But it's a trope called Deus Ex Machina. It's where somebody is not that powerful, but just through the sheer power of like being angry or friendship or something, they're just somehow able to just be like
Doom guy.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be good. Like I think the end of Avatar: The Last Airbender, that happens to Aang.
Well, I don't see why they couldn't have. Instead of just having it just be her, they all could have worked together to kick him into the portal at first, and then he breaks back out, and then they need Silver Surfer to knock him back in there.
Yeah. Because
hers isn't really Deus Ex Machina. She just runs into him as hard as she could.
No, I'm talking about Sue when she just suddenly is
because
to shove him.
That's what I was saying. She shoves him like almost a mile.
Because I mean, Johnny also could have put in Riku
or Johnny could have pulled a Luffy and then created a slingshot, and then they had the thing just ram him like with his head into the portal.
And then
that was actually
Reed could have made a bungee cord thing to it.
And then what Sue Storm could have done was been pulling him back to get more attention instead of what
that was a criticism I saw some people have that Mr. Fantastic does not use his abilities much in this movie at all.
No, he doesn't, and it also looks weird when he does.
Yeah.
Because some people are criticizing it, saying that the One Piece live action looks better.
I mean, I think the part where Galactus is pulling him looks...
Galactus, yeah.
Well, it's pretty...
Galactus, but Galactus being defeated like that, he's not really defeated. I know what they're doing, because they can't have him do what I wanted him to do, which was destroy the Earth there.
Yeah.
Because then the Fantastic Four would make no sense coming into the Avengers.
Right, yeah.
So they had to get rid of him somehow. I just think they could have done better with how they got rid of him at the time.
Yep.
Because regardless, he shows up to the Fantastic Four first.
Yes.
So he had to show up.
Yeah.
It's just how they got rid of him.
What I'm hoping that they do is he shows back up with like in that panel where he has the Infinity Stones on his head because he's like real mad now.
Well, if it's a separate universe, you'd probably have the stones are probably still there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
If that's what they're doing, if they do that, then that may explain why he's weaker now than when he has the stones.
Yeah.
But yeah. But that's like the synopsis of the story. Was there any other issues? Well, I mean, of course we had Dr. Doom show up right at the very end, but
yeah, he should.
He doesn't say anything, and you don't see him, but you see his mask. He takes it off.
Yeah, well, Sue dies because of that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We gotta mention that the baby can revive people.
So Mr. Fantastic, Pedro Fantastic, puts the baby on Sue. The baby has powers to be able to bring her back to life.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
I forgot I wanted to say this while we were sitting there.
Yeah.
Who puts the sun on his dead mother's corpse?
Yeah, I mean,
it was crying for his mother. It was like doing this to the mother, so he just like...
Yeah, it was there for a dramatic effect. It just is kind of like, I don't know if I'd do that.
Okay, I do have something to say, though, that may be a hot take.
Yeah.
But the Thing looks better with the beard.
He does.
Another thing I would say, too, is the actress who plays Sue, there's some parts that her acting is a bit stiff.
Like when she was arguing with him?
When she was arguing, and anytime she needed to show emotion, she kind of just had like a stiff face as she...
That's probably why they made her disappear when she yelled, "I know."
Yeah.
Was because it was very a flat yell is what it was.
It was, yeah. Pedro Pascal, obviously, he's a good actor, so he did great at it.
Yeah, I think the guy who played the Thing played him very well.
Yeah.
And the guy who played Human Torch played him very well, because Human Torch is kind of like acts kind of like a teenager man-child.
So the surfboard ain't a part of her.
Yes, the surfboard.
That's true.
The surfboard is not a part of her body. Yes. And so, and as Chandler brought up, in the after credits, Dr. Doom has shown up and is with the baby.
Yeah.
So, and that's another part where her like acting was stiff. Like she should have been shocked and been like, "Who are you?"
But she went.
But instead, she's just kind of
like, with her powers just in her hand, just like,
yeah.
Oh, staring.
My biggest issue with Sue Storm is her powers are undefined.
That's what makes her shoving Galactus a mile. Like,
because you've got Human Torch. Obviously, his power is fire.
Yeah.
You have Mr. Fantastic. His power is stretchy.
Yeah.
You have the Thing. He's just very strong, and he's made of rock.
Yeah.
Sue Storm seemed to be able to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's basically a invisible shield.
With her ability, she almost does the same ability that Galactus was using.
Yeah, be able to hold, take hold of people. And if she...
Okay, that's the other issue I had. Galactus was technically fighting back there, because he put his hand out to fight back and then still got shoved by her.
Yeah, they nerfed him for that plot point to happen.
Yeah.
That's what some, if you hear some critics talk about like arbitrary powers, that's what they mean. Like somebody would just out of nowhere get powerful just for the plot to happen. So yeah, and so that's the movie. Yeah, but so thing about it is that it's the characters, the way that they're characterized is consistent.
Yeah,
the plot has some inconsistencies to it. It has some like silly stuff that's kind of is hard to take seriously, like moving the earth and all that, and getting everybody to comply on that. But other than that, it's actually it's a fun watch, and it's definitely better than most other Marvel's post-Endgame movies that have came out. So
no, this did feel like back to the original formula before Endgame.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And I also liked the that they decided not to go like super serious with this one.
Yeah.
And
well, the only reason I don't like that is because Galactus is my favorite villain.
Yeah.
He's in my top 5 of all time.
Yeah.
But and I've been waiting to see him on the big screen. But they made it a little too silly, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because Galactus should have decked her right there with her powers.
Yeah.
And then they work together to push him into the portal or something. Or throw the portal at him somehow.
Yeah. Well, like, the one that came out before this one, back in, like, 2015, they tried to make it, like, gritty, like a Dark Knight type deal with the Fantastic Four, where the Thing's clobbering time came from his brother telling him that it was clobbering time and then beating him up. That was the backstory to that.
That's dumb.
And then this one,
That's why the only reason they say clobbering time in this movie is because I guarantee it's only because of Marvel Rivals.
yeah.
Because he rarely says that in the comics, I'm pretty sure.
And especially with Marvel Rivals, they added the team up with the Human Torch and the Thing. Like when he came in to hit Galactus, there's a team up in the game. So yeah, they basically, yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like the story, as it says itself, is kind of like a run-of-the-mill, not bad, but not like anything groundbreaking when it comes to superhero stories. However, I do think Galactus and the spectacle of him is what makes it like better than being mid, in my opinion. But yeah, like you said, like it didn't destroy the superhero fatigue that we had, because it wasn't groundbreaking enough to do that, but it.
To me, if he had destroyed the planet and then that's the reason they end up in the other multiverse with the Avengers, it may have destroyed the fatigue a little bit.
Yeah.
But the fact that he just got beat by sheer girl power, willpower, is what annoyed me.
Yeah.
And someone's going to take that and be like, see, you just didn't like it was a woman.
So, to analyze it from a biblical perspective, the main thing I want to talk about is, besides the whole, family thing, there's a
How
huge thing.
low the bar is that it's amazing that we got an actual family.
Yes, exactly. Yes, we got
Family.
Other than that, I did want to talk about the whole thing of sacrifice, because Galactus he wants them to sacrifice their child, and then later on, the Human Torch, Johnny, decides that he's going to sacrifice himself. He does it twice. He tries to get Silver Surfer to agree for him to be the sacrifice.
Yeah.
And then when Galactus comes back through the portal after they shove him in there, he decides that he's going to like blast him through it.
Yeah.
Which will make him go through it as well, and so he would sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
Before the Silver Surfer,
quite literally, because his flame won't work out there, and he just immediately freezes to death.
Yeah. And the obvious thing from that is that Christ is the sacrifice for us. That's the thing that I think about. Now, what I do want to talk about is that Christ sacrificed himself to be in our place, to fill the chasm that we left when we sinned against God. Because something a debt had to be paid, and Christ paid that debt for us. Now, the one thing I do want to bring to make a distinction of is that, because I know some people may think that Galactus is not like God in the Bible at all. Like,
no,
Galactus is wanting a sacrifice because he has a curse to him that he has to devour things. And that is not like how God is. The Bible explains that God created the earth, the universe, and he created the earth, and he created us, and he created it with standards, and by that, he means he created humans and everything in it to work a certain way. And then we were given free will, and with that free will, we sinned against him. We rebelled against him is what that means. And that created a curse for the world where we're all born in this rebellion, this sin nature. And a debt is between us and God, and that debt has to be paid. And all throughout the Old Testament, the way that debt was paid was through animal sacrifices.
Yeah.
But those were not permanent. Those were every time they sinned. Those were every Sunday, every Sabbath. We don't really know exactly what day it was, but every Sabbath day for them, they would have to sacrifice animals.
Yeah.
For that debt. But all of that was leading up to Christ. All of those were what we would call like shadows of Christ. So that they were leading up to Christ. Christ, Jesus of Nazareth, he who is, we call him the God-man. He was both fully God and fully human. Because we as Christians, we believe in what's called the Holy Trinity. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Christ was God the Son, and he came down and sacrificed himself for that debt for us. He paid that debt for us, where he perfectly obeyed God on his entire 33 years that he was on this planet, and sacrificed himself to where those of us that accept him as our Lord and Savior, that debt is paid for us, and we can be free knowing that our debt between us and God is paid because of that, and we are his children, and we are God's children because of that. Obviously, that does not mean that we just do whatever. That means that we try to follow. When you accept Christ, that also means that from being saved, you try to follow God's standards. His law is what that is, his standards that's shown to us in Scripture, in the Bible. We try to follow them. Doesn't mean that we're going to be perfect on it, but it also does not mean that we become lawless.
Yeah.
And just continue rebelling against him and claim to be Christian when claim to have Christ as your Lord and Savior, because what that would mean is that you don't actually have him as your Lord and Savior. You're what we would call nominal, meaning that you only have it in name only. Yeah, that's what I get from that. That's what popped up as I was watching it, from, trying to analyze it from a biblical perspective, was the whole Human Torch. But when the Human Torch tried to sacrifice himself for that. And that's a thing for a lot of superhero movies, is sacrifice is a huge theme in a lot of them. Like, even with Endgame, Tony Stark decides that he's going to, the only way to beat Thanos is that he's going to do the stab himself, and he knew it was going to kill him, so he sacrificed himself that way. So that's a huge theme in a lot of superhero movies. So yeah, but yeah, that's our review and analysis from a biblical perspective on the Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Yeah, whether or not we recommend go to the theaters, especially just for Galactus, just for the spectacle of Galactus. It's solid. The story is solid enough that it's not going to, I say it's not going to insult your intelligence, but the whole everybody band together and kind of everything else on Earth is kind of silly. But other than that, it's solid, and the spectacle of Galactus is enough that I think it's worth your money going to see it on theater.
Yeah, at the beginning of that movie, they did say that all nations on the planet disbanded their armies.
Well, not only that, but you got people on dialysis machines in hospitals, and it just shows all the grid going off.
Generators.
No, it showed the grid going off.
So a lot of people just died.
Yeah.
We say the billion. No, you actually saved a little bit.
Yeah.
They also died for nothing too.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Because they only needed their area in order to actually get rid of him.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you didn't have to write that. Like, you could have done something else.
100% that could have been cut out, and it could have been, we need to bring him here so I can get rid of him.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Or they could have. But no, they couldn't have done that. I was going to say they could have brought him to another planet, but he was strictly going, I don't know.
He wanted after the baby.
He wanted the baby. They could have brought the baby.
Sue Storm's stupidity of not wanting to just put the baby somewhere else.
Yeah.
Or something. Unfortunately, Galactus took your options away. You have to put the baby in harm's way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Regardless of what you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, they could have rewritten that, so. But it's definitely, as I've said before, it's definitely better than like most other Marvel movies post Endgame that have came out.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And that is all we got for this episode. Thank y'all for watching or listening. If y'all like the video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you really like what we do and want to support us more. It'll help us out greatly. We love y'all. God bless y'all, and we will see you all next time. Peace.